Good morning. I'm sitting out here on my back porch enjoying my free time coffee, which is hot. So I'm going to try to video a quick unedited homeschool mom tag. Kimberly over at the Homeschool Grammy just participated in this tag and it looked like so much fun. I thought I'd like to do that too. So this is called the Very Truthful Homeschool Mom Tag, and I'm just going to answer 10 questions and you'll get to know me a little better and find out something about my homeschooling. So be sure to check out the questions down below in the description, and you'll also see a link to the Homeschool Grammys YouTube channel. And then she was tagged by the Ingrid Chronicles last year, so the link to the Ingrid Chronicles will also be in the description below. All right, so let's get started. Question number 1, how many years have you been homeschooling? 21 this year. I started in year 2000. Although a couple years ago, let's see, about 2017, my oldest daughter, she's been finished high school for a while, so she offered to help me, and I allowed her to take over the homeschooling of the 2 youngest girls. So she's been doing that. This will be her 4th year. So I have been only homeschooling my youngest son, who happens to be a senior this year. So if she decides that she doesn't want to homeschool going forward, then of course I'll take that back over, and we've got another 6 years to go. The youngest is in 6th grade. All right, number 2, how many curriculums have you used over the years? Really not too many, about a dozen or more. Of course, I tried a few things and then got rid of them, but for the most part, I chose very simple, easy to use curriculums that I was able to use successfully with all the children. Just a few of those are like in the early years, Writing Road to Reading, I used through the years. Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons, I love that one. We started out with Saxon Math and didn't like that, so we moved into Singapore, which worked for most of them, and then on up to teaching textbooks. We used a lot of Abeka for history and science, and maybe a few more here and there, but that's about it. The third question is, did you have favorites? And you know, my favorite was whatever worked for the children. My favorite was whatever was the least expensive and the easiest to use, the most kid-friendly. I didn't like tiers in homeschooling at all. I tried to avoid homeschooling stress at all costs. For them to be educated, yes, I wanted them to be able to read, write, and do basic math. And then I knew that they would pursue whatever they loved. So I'm really for keeping it simple. Did I have any, the same question, did you have any favorites? Did you have any least favorites? And it was Saxon Math. Tried it, hated it, would never use it again. Number 4, do you plan for your homeschool by the year, by the month, by the week, or by the day? So I have always bought a yearly school planner, put in all the holidays, count out the 9 weeks as a goal for me to have a report card every quarter. And then I would reevaluate every quarter, and that has worked for me all these years. 5, are you socialized? You know, we're always worried about the children being socialized, and we try so hard to get them socialized. Well, I find that in trying to socialize your children, you are socialized, right? I am an older mother, so as I have gotten older, it's been a little bit more challenging because when I go to the homeschool groups now, I'm like the oldest person there, unless somebody's grandmother has their kids there. But that's okay. Some young women actually do still want older women's opinions, so that's nice. But anyway, we moved many times while homeschooling. I started out in Wisconsin, moved to Indiana, then to Mississippi, then to Alabama, and now to Georgia. So I would say that our social circle is really big, bigger than most. Okay, and I wanted to mention too that I always sought out co-ops. They were a great place to meet mothers and a great place for the kids to make friends. Number 6, how many times do you have to reheat your coffee? In our house we say 490. If any of you are familiar with the old school VeggieTales and the grapes of math, 490, that's really about right. Number 7, do you know where your coffee cup is? I always know where my coffee cup is. I've trained the children never to touch my coffee cup. I have trained them never pour out mom's cold coffee, even if it's a day old and has gnats in it. Don't touch it. Number 8, how do you respond to the question, what grade is your child in? Well, I have 6 children, and so it's usually utter confusion. So I have 2 ways of handling it. When someone asks me that in sincerity, what grade is your child in? Hopefully the children were with me at the time and I could say, hey you, what grade are you in? Because it's too much to keep up with. And if I was in a jesting mood, I would just say, hey, how old are you? 5? You're in 5th grade. How old are you? 13? You're in the 13th grade. Works. What's your definition of free time? Doing this right here. Early morning, sitting on my back porch, drinking my coffee, reading my Bible, gardening, and making videos. Who has time for that? That's what you do in your free time. And number 10, if my homeschool were a book, song, or movie, what would be the title? So mine would be the song Little Wonders from the movie Meet the Robinsons by Rob Thomas. It's the sweetest song. It starts out, let it go, let it roll right off your shoulders, and then it's about the memories that we make in these small hours. I have 0 regrets about homeschooling. I would do it all over again. I have enjoyed every moment I have spent with my 6 children. So I hope that this has been fun for you and you learn a little bit about me. So if you've watched this video all the way to the end, tag, you're it.